Hey, what's up guys? Devin here with Backcountry Exposure. I am stoked to talk about the Marmot Agate tent today. Not sure that I would necessarily call this a tent, but this is going to be a first impression style of video because I'm excited to share different and unique things on my channel that a lot of people don't necessarily typically share on their channels. And this Agate is kind of the epitome of something that's unique, overpriced for what it is, but it's unique and I'm excited to share it. So what this is a tent, but I would really say that it is a modified tarp because you don't have any kind of inner mesh body that is available for this product, but I think they're calling it a tent because it has just one shape to it. You don't have other options of pitching styles with it that you would get with a typical tarp, like a flat tarp that may be an 8-foot by 10-foot. And so in that case, this really does fit the definition of a tent. Now what you've got dimension-wise and the weight specs is 42 inches of peak height. You are 58 inches width at the head end, 50 inches at the foot end, and then you are 92 inches in total length. So in many ways, this could work as a fairly tight and simple two-person shelter, but for the 1 pound, just over 1 pound of total weight with the way that I have it set up now, it's a really great minimal one-person shelter. Now Marmot gives you a couple different pitching options with this particular tent, and so what I've got set up here is the tent set up with trekking poles, which is allowing it to achieve that just over, it's about 17 ounces of total weight. So they include this spreader pole across the top that fits into this top sleeve at the head end peak of the tent, but you do have included pole structure that also matches the foot end pole that I'll show you here in a second. But you've got a full structure that doesn't require you to use these trekking poles to pitch it, or this spreader bar. You could leave this behind, and then you are not having to carry trekking poles, but you are adding about 7 ounces of total weight, so you're about 1.5 pounds of total weight with this particular tent if you go that option. Now, why would I carry something like this, and what's the point of it? The thing that I really like about this particular design is I've got a tarp style shelter that is very lightweight that gives me really good weather protection and wind protection for fair weather types of trips where I'm not planning to experience crazy rain. I might have a little bit of a shower that isn't driving rain or heavy winds, and it's just going to be something that works really well to not have to carry a bunch of weight because I've got a ton of space in here. I could sleep 2 people in here, but the fact that it's 50 inches wide at the foot end says a lot about the way that Marmot wanted this tent to be used. And so lots of space. You've got the optional footprint to put in here, and this is where I want to talk about the cost of this particular product. So let me just be real here for a second about the cost that is associated with this tent. For the outer tent itself without the footprint, which is optional and not included, $215 or $214 for just the tent itself. That's a lot of money, in my opinion, for what you get out of this in the shape and the size and everything. That is a lot of money. And then add $50 people for the optional footprint. So you are coming close to $300 to be able to get yourself into this particular product for everything that you're seeing here right now. Then if you're going to not use the included type of pole structure that they include with it, and you're using trekking poles, and you're adding more cost there if you already don't have trekking poles. And so to me, that is an overpriced product for what you're getting out of this shelter. There are very similar in weight and not much heavier in weight products out there that are very much a lower cost than what you get with this particular tent. And so I think Marmot kind of missed the mark on that aspect of this, but that's just my first impressions. I haven't been able to take this out into just all kinds of conditions to see what might make it a better option than just a standard tarp that you could spend $80 on, use trekking poles and that kind of thing. But I do enjoy it. It's a little bit bright for the color aspect, but I mean, it's a good sized tent, and to be able to use this, to be able to put all of my gear, and I've got really good length on this. I mean, if I lay down, it's just so much open space, and it doesn't feel claustrophobic. It pitches with a good tight pitch. I mean, to be honest, guys, I really do like it. And for just the fair weather kind of conditions that you might find yourself using this particular tent, it's hard to complain about that aspect of it. But the cost, guys, the cost just does not warrant what I think everything this tent provides. Now here, just to show you some of the design aspects of the tent, right here at the top of the tent, you've got this spreader bar, which allows you to slide that spreader bar through that sleeve, allowing for a good tight pitch. And then trekking pole setup, you've got bungees here that allow you to attach the tarp to the trekking pole itself, which will help with keeping this from flapping in the wind all over the place. And then bungee cords down here as well on the bottom to go around your trekking poles. But you do have a grommet down here that allows you to use that included pole structure to be able to get a better and just a more simple type of pitch than using the trekking pole. You can see here with the footprint, you've got line locks that allow you to tension this to just get a good tight tension on your footprint so it doesn't flap all over the place. And then down here at the foot end, this is where you've got that foot pole that gives the rear of the tent, or the foot end of the tent, just good amount of height. And you've got that beak that comes down that provides protection from wind and rain, but still really good ventilation. Guy lines down here, guy line here at the back that allows you to get a good tight tension pitch on it, and it's got a good shape to it. So everything on this is designed to just have just a simple, good tight pitch so that it performs well for the weather conditions that you might experience as a fair weather shelter. So at the end of the day, guys, as far as what the Agate is, I'm excited about it. And the more time that I spend with it in just pitching it and testing it in my backyard and such, I'm actually pretty impressed. But it's overpriced, and I hope it is what I expect it to be as I spend more time with it. And for the fairly simplistic pitch that it requires, it's pretty cool. And so we'll spend more time with it, and once I have more experience with it, I will share a full review with you guys so that you can make a better decision on whether this is a shelter that makes sense for you and your style of backpacking. But there you go, the Marmot Agate tent. Thanks for watching, guys. If you're not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe. I hope you have an awesome day. I hope you are being safe and well in this crazy time that we're experiencing right now. And just appreciate you guys. You're awesome. Thank you for everything. We'll catch you on the next video. See you later.